Hello everyone. This is Will, KMac Vintage. I'm coming to you with another video today. It is Friday, May 23rd. It is almost 2 p.m. here in Cayman. Um, I was out a little bit this morning, went to meet a friend and had some breakfast, and um, then did some more things in town and came back home. Before I left, I started on this board a little bit. I have another SE30 reloaded. Okay, so I have a lot of these. So I'm sorry that it seems actually repetitive, but I like to do the videos for the owners of the board. That way they can see their board being taken from a piece of crap like this to a new, nicely reloaded, functioning board. This one is from Alan in UK. Um, he sent it to me, and I've done a lot of work for Alan already, and he's bought some things. He's bought quite a few things from the store, and I shipped them to him. And from Cayman to UK, there's very good mail service, because we have a daily is it British Airways flight. I think it's about daily. I think it's like 5 days a week, really. And the mail goes there, and it gets there within 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and they have it. So, and it doesn't cost much at all. So, using parcel post. So, what I did with this board already, and I did it off camera. I took off almost everything already. All right. The only things, these two I'm not taking off because I don't like to use these with the actually rivets. I'll just have to transfer these chips over later when I have sockets in the new board. And this metal frame I'll have to take off. But everything else is already taken off this board. So I'm not going to bore you with removing chips from a board because that's very trivial and there's not much to it. Some of the chips were in very bad shape, especially like the FPU and the SCSI. Those were the two worst. I did manage to painstakingly clean them, treat them, scrape them, sand them, ultrasonic clean them a little bit, and then recoat the legs and everything. So I'm hoping that it will hold. This was a battery bomb board. If I switch cameras here, you can see it was a battery bomb board. Um, a lot of it leaked this way, and a little bit came over here to where the FPU was, and this side of the FPU back here. And it ran down here and came to one of these RAM chips. If you look at the RAM chip, it really got very rusty. Um, it's not going to focus because this is not an autofocus camera. But if I show you it on the scope, you can probably see it good. You can see how rusty it is, and I think that this leg is even going to break. Yeah, I mean, it's held by a prayer. You see that? It's held by a very little prayer. I mean, I probably could salvage it, but a lot of this is rusted. I'll see. Maybe I can save that. I'll put that somewhere else, and I'll see if I can save it and we can reuse it. I can always put a pin on that and solder it, and it'll be okay. I've done that many times before, and also one of the buttons here broke off. So, but I have those new. On chip wise, I know there's one K resistor network here I need to switch, and I may put on a new 166. I don't like how green this one looks. If we were to look at it, you see it's a bit greenish, but I can that can clean up. So and then it's got the two 175s. Now those are very finicky chips. Oh, I may put these new. See, that's very green. Yeah, I think these two I may put on new. Oh, I'm trying to pick them both up at the same time, and it won't let me. Okay, so the FPU was very green, and if you see how well this is cleaned up now, yes, there looks like a lot of solder balls there and that, but that's okay. I mean, I could take some of that off, but it's all right. Those are not a problem, and that's gonna protect it longer. See over here, I still need to coat this, but I'll do this when it is soldered on the board. Okay. I will line those with solder when it's on the board. But I got rid of all the gunk, so it's very good. It's in very good condition now. So what have I already done with this board? Um, really, I've only put on the very small little things like those and this one over here. My nail looks dirty too. I need to clean that. And these two will come later. Okay, so we're gonna continue on this board. I'm gonna continue on it, and where I am now. Let me zoom out a little bit. You should message me. Oh, Joaquin sending me a message. Okay, so let's go ahead and um, I'm gonna drop them all on the board. So reminder again, I'm using Steery Flux. This is V5. I just started using it on the last board, or the last two. Um, I find the actually consistency very nice and very clear. Meaning consistency is it's a bit more firm coming out of the tube. It's not so runny or get all over the place. You see how much nicer that sits on there. Uh, okay, so let's go on with this. Trust me, after this, what other boards I have? I got some more SE30s. That's the thing, that this is a very popular board. I'm like one of the only people that is doing transfers. And one of these days I need to count how many transfers I've already done. I mean, most of the boards that I transferred, I still have the originals. There were like 5 or 6 that I sent back to the people, to the owners, and because they wanted to keep it. My first one that I did was for Scott, my friend Scott in Dallas. Um, he wanted the board back, so I sent it for him. I still talk to Scott just about every day. And matter of fact, I need to send him an email with some information that I need to give him. Um, he's a big time collector over there. I mean, big time too. In all sorts of machines, not just Apples. But by far his biggest collection is Apple. This is the 166 I was a bit worried about, but let's put it on there. Let's see. I have a lot of solder because I want to bubbly ultrasonic clean these legs. That's why you see me doing this with the flux and the solder. It's bubbling and taking away the bad. Do you have that cleaned up? Okay. Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, so that 166 looks pretty good on there. I think maybe I need to zoom in a bit better for you. Let's go in a bit more. And then you can see the cleaning process better. You see how these are so green? Now watch. Yeah, I'm gonna let that bubble. You see all the bubbling going on? Look at how that removed everything. Okay. So Alan, I'm trying to do your board as best as I can. I have the one for John outside drying in the sun, getting a nice Caribbean suntan. Um, at least y'all can say, hey, I got something from the Cayman Islands. Not many people can say that. I should start sending a little bottle with beach sand in it, huh? Before the mail tells me, nope, sorry, you can't send this. I see this one here, these are a bit green too. So I'm gonna put down some more flux. Flux is my friend here. And I'm gonna bubble this. Bubble the hell out of it, see that? I wonder why this board did that. I see something on this board I don't like. But if it is what it is, I can always, I have black solder mask I can put on. I know I have too much solder, but that's being done on purpose because it's for the solder to pick up all that junk. Okay. I want to clean this off because I want to inspect some spot there. Then. I think this box, oh no, yeah, the box empty. I have more of that. That's my my Kimtech paper towels. All right, let's see here. No, it cleaned up nice. I don't know why that was all brown there. Okay, I thought some solder mask was coming up and the ground plane was showing. That cleaned up nice. That 166 really did well. But just to be sure, I want to make sure all of these are secure, especially like this one. Usually this side is okay. It's this side that's... Okay. We're good there. Okay, let's go on. I'm not doing... Let's go do all these other ones here. Um, I'm just putting down flux right now, so... All right, I'm gonna switch this to the other camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Basically, what I'm gonna do now is take these chips and give them their permanent home on the new board. Yeah, this is the 220. I'll have to clean that up. I need to put a new 1000 on there. Some of these chips I do gotta scrub them and clean them. I'm trying to reuse as much of the same as I can. All right, now I need to dig out some chips here that I need out of these two bags. All right, this is the 1000. Yeah, this is the 1K. And I'm gonna go there. And then I need a 22 ohm. Oh shoot. All right, I have all those on the board now. We will go solder them. Another email. Who's that from? Summit. I'm zoomed in a little bit too much. My focus is a bit out. I finally was able to get my hands on a IBM 5160. That's on the way to me. It's not in best of condition, but we will fix it. We got it at a very good price and got a keyboard too, because those are, I don't know, I love those IBM keyboards and the clicking noise and the durability of them. They're like tanks. I'm glad I finally got one of those machines. They're some of my first DOS machines that I worked on in actually high school. Those of you that don't know, I mean, I went to a private boarding high school in Georgia, in the mountains of Georgia, called Raven Gap, an Akuchi school. I was there for 3 years. I'm glad I did that. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It gave me my independence, my ability to be on my own, make my own decisions, and it was also very teaching because if you don't do it, you fail, and that's not me. Loved it up there. Loved the sports. Loved the life, the school. Had a very good computer teacher, David Summers. Still a friend. We still talk. Um, very good person. Um, he helped me with a lot of things. Although he's not at the school anymore, he's now in Virginia and retired. But there, the first computer I used there was a Model 3 TRS Tandy Radio Shack thing, all in one with I used. At that time, it was using a tape, that one tape drive that all the machines had to use and share, and you cycle through a switch or something to machines to load things, but then they changed them over to some with floppy, and then they got some IBM 5150s or 60s, and then their typing lab, because they taught typing class at that time, um, used old Zenith CPM machines with huge ass printer, 8-inch floppy drives. But they were nice machines too. Well, they were, for that time, they were okay, and you learn typing using them and actually WordStar, which I still have a copy here of WordStar in a box, sealed, new for the PC. Uh-oh, that's broken leg. I can't use this one. So that's a 200. I need to go get one of those. Well, I'll solder the other chips on for now, and I'll come back to that one. So, um, and those Zenith CPM machines use actually C Basic. It's a programming language that doesn't need, you would think it needs line numbers, but it doesn't. And only if you're branching do you use a line number, and you could use decimal numbers. So I did some programming on them also. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. High school was fun. Um, Especially boarding high school. Oh boy, did we get it. Let's put it this way. I could have gotten expelled. But that was a different time too. But I tell you, I was there 84, 85, 85, 86, 86, 87. Graduated in 87. Okay, that was good. I loved it up there. After graduating from there, I stayed in Georgia. I went to Atlanta. I was at DeVry for a while. Did some great stuff there too. Oh my God, a main actually frame, JLC, Job as a control language. COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, all languages that we learned. But then I transferred to Georgia State in downtown Atlanta. Had a lot of friends that were at Georgia Tech, which was just next door. So that's why up there was a blast. So was going down to Georgia Southern. That was fun too. It was a little bit of a drive, but it was fun to go party. And also University of Georgia in Athens. Oh, those were some good old stomping grounds. Anyway, I gotta find a chip. I gotta find that one that needed there. It's not far away. Just give me 1 second here and I'll find it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No, not that one. Not there. 220. Yeah, here you are. Got it. The one is missing is really a 200 ohm. The problem is that they don't make those anymore. So a new one is a 200. Or is it the other way around? Sorry, it was 200. Now the new ones are 220. But it's a pull down, so really no big problem. Right there. Okay. All right, so we got all of those soldered on. I didn't do the 175s yet, but I think I did bring them here. That's the fuse there. No, we can do that. This is for later. I did bring some 175s, yeah. Let me see what's here. All right. I'm not gonna use this. I have the old one there. Okay. Let's put on these two 175s. Hold on, let me just put down flux and then we'll get to them. Yeah, when I went to that boarding school, it was um, no extra uniform or nothing, and now it's uniform and very preppy and um, very different, very much different. But that's expected. Things things change. So it still is one of the elite boarding schools in the U.S. and um, very advanced, very well placements of people. Has just about every single sport now. When I was there, it didn't have everything. Now it's got football and wrestling and all sorts of different sports. Okay, so those two 175s are on. Where am I at now? I want to get rid of some of these things I have on my desk here. So let's do these two diodes that are by the RTC. Okay. Um, I want to do these three things. These are the fuses, but I only have the through hole fuses left, so I'm going to put those in. I need to get some more of the surface mount ones. And on Monday in the States is a holiday. It will be Memorial Day, but not here in Cayman, so hoping to get some of these boards done and mailed out Monday. Alan, maybe your board will leave. Well, at least I'll mail it. Probably won't leave the island until Tuesday. All right, so I put the fuses on now. I like to solder them from the top also. All right, let me snip those. Put in the garbage. Let's do the little diode that goes right here. At least then that's off of my bench. These two chips I'm going to throw out. The 175s I'm also throwing out. I like to give it a nice big area. See, from the top here all the way down. You see how all that got coated, but on this side it's not. So I'm gonna add more solder now to this side and give it a nice, good hold. All right, so all of the chips are on there. Um, I'm gonna put on one other thing here. I'm gonna use one of our creations. I don't think these have the, no, those don't have the crystals on them. These do. If you watch the last one, up here, we've got the two different locations for actually crystal. They're the same. I've been using these. Then I found some that would work here, but they're very tiny. But in the mean, what we've done before is that we've made our own creation, which is this guy. Okay, it's just a small little board. It's got the right crystal on it, but it's a SMD type. So we had to make an actually adapter board. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, so I want to put that on, and really the only way of that going on is I need to coat this. Okay, because if we look at the board, see it's actually from the bottom, so I mean there is a little bit. This one did not get cut right, but it's okay. I can still put it on because basically I just do this, I heat it up, and I push it on. I'm gonna fix that crystal on there too. I mean it's not soldered on very good. Basically, if I have that hot and I just drop that there, it's gonna stick. You see how the heat's coming through? Okay. You see, so that's on there. Good. I do the same thing with this side. I just heat this. I can push that down into it. And now that side is on. I'm gonna touch this up. Alright, so I should have, okay. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's clean this up a little bit. Oh, I see two chips I forgot to finish soldering. Okay. I forgot these two. Nice big solder ball right there too. But that will go away now. All right. All right, okay. So you have all the small little stuff on there. Now comes the big sucker. So one of the first ones I want to do, because this was one of the worst chips that I had to clean, was this FPU. So I think this board too, I'm gonna put black caps on it because it will look nice with everything black. The only thing that's gonna be this gold color or these resistor networks. Yeah, because even the CPU is the black plastic kind. Yeah. So it will look nice. All right, let's get this FPU put on because luckily this is the revision 5 board and has the larger pads. Nice change bolted. All right, so like all others that I do, I put this on. I secure this corner. Turn it and get this corner. And you can see it, that here got pretty bad damage on this chip. But it should still stick pretty good because the bottom and the sides are clean pretty good. It's just the top looks a bit rough, but I'll get to that in a few minutes once I have the chip soldered on the board. Nice. No bridges. If I just solder good, I need the bottom portion of the legs, the ones that are close to making contact with the board, to be nice and clean and no bridges. This one has a few bridges here. One I can spot right away. This one right here. All right, they're all gone. All right, now the last side. All right, now this is the side that I needed to coat up here. Okay. this side here looks a little bit rough. Granted, when this goes into ultrasonic cleaner, it will clean off even more. Oh shit, I don't need solder, I need flux. Okay. Let me check around, make sure there are no bridges. Everything looks soldered. Yep, all right. Let's move on to the glue. Okay. The nice thing with this board is that I've already taken off just about everything off of the old board. So I won't have to stop to go do that and continue. I can just continue on. Most of the stuff I already need too is already on my bench here. The ROM, CPU, and RAM sockets are just next to me here. Speaking of RAM sockets, I mean, those one have gotten extremely expensive if you can find them. I still have a quantity left to do about 25 boards. But after that, you can use our SIP RAM, which is a different type of RAM. SIP RAM came out before SIMS. It is something that actually existed. It looks just like SIMS, but it's got pins on it. Well, we modified it a bit and put the pins behind the PCB card to lower the profile of the RAM sitting in a normal header socket. And it is blink. So if you go to the website, you can see our SIP RAM. It is available to purchase if you want it. So when sockets run out, the only option I have left is either move the plastic sockets, which would be terrible, or we use SIP RAM. Oh shoot, you know, I made a coffee and I never got it. I left it on the coffee maker. Ah, cold coffee, but it's okay. I don't mind. I drink iced coffee often. All right, so okay, that's on. I think this time I'm gonna start from the ADB side and work my way over to the Apple Sound chip. So here we are, ADB. That didn't hold. Okay. Okay. ADB is on. Let's check for any bridges. Nope. 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 No. Okay. Via. Right there and there. Both of those are vias. Now the other thing is I already checked all these chips. I already cleaned them and did my stuff to them. So that's why you see me putting them straight on. Okay. So will this board fire up on the first go? What do y'all think? I've been having very good success. Side number 3. Okay. Good. Next video. Back in the day too, in the 90s now. This was the 90s. Oh my God, I remember doing all of the Novell certification programs and the Microsoft stuff, and kept going doing the Microsoft. I even got Cisco certifications. I was into all that stuff, but never really into the Macs. I mean, didn't get into the Macs until I retired. Well, in 22, 3 years ago now. Jeez, I already been retired 3 years. Love it. I got a bridge there. All right, it's gone. All right, it's time for a swim. And it goes right here. Okay, here we go. Oh boy, I need to send Scott that information. I'll send it to him over the weekend. Stuff's not gonna ship yet, so. Two. Oh, I already did 3 sides of that chip. Wow. Going faster than I thought I am. Okay. No bridges. No bridges. No bridges. Okay. Feel a sneeze coming. Sorry about that. Okay. Scuzzy time. Getting close to the end there. Now this is the SCSI chip that I also cleaned up because it was very, very green and rusting. Okay, yeah, those two are down. Oh, the owner of this board just sent me an email. Let's see what it says. Okay, let me send Max an email here. Okay. He has another machine he's working on that's giving him some trouble. He's asking me questions. But now I need to see how this is going to solder. So far, this is the bad side. This is the worst. And they soldered good. That side and this side were the two worst. The rest were okay. Ooh. I can still smell that cap juice smell coming out of the chip, out of the legs when I heat it up. I want to check this one a little bit closer, so we're gonna go off the bench. Yeah, it's good. One leg there, I don't like how it looks. Yeah, it is soldered on. Okay, looks all right. Okay. We'll go on now to the SEC. And then only one big one left, the Apple Sound chip. The other three will go in a socket. How long is my video so far? 1 hour, 11 minutes. Not bad. This far in 1 hour? Wow. Very good. Getting a bit hungry. Okay. Nice. One left, the ASC. I still have my ultrasonic cleaner that is hot. I think after this, I'm going to pause the recording for a while. And I'm going to run this through the ultrasonic cleaner to try to get rid of some of this flux that's all over the place. To you, it will look instant because I'll just pause the recording and then come back. But for me, it could be 30 minutes or so. I like to have a cleaner board to work on. This ASC chip too was very rough, especially this side because of this cap that's right here that always leaks. And this chip gets an abuse. This chip gets it, and the 166 right here, and this 253. Those usually get hit pretty hard. Uh-oh, I just left a bridge. I see it. Okay, gone. I was just checking those two chips to make sure I didn't mix them up. Okay. All right, so all the 44, 44 pin chips are on. The glue is on. The FPU is on. Don't see any bridges, but lots of flux. So I'm going to pause the recording for a little bit, and I'm going to stick this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Have it clean up some of this flux. But before that, I am going to manually clean some of it. You need to see what I'm doing here. So I got those 3 chips to put on. I have flux remover here that I use in this, and what I'm going to do is just go around each one of the PLCs that I just finished doing. Not with a very hard brush. All right, just like that. Then I'm going to throw this in a little dry cleaner. I'll be back in a bit, okay, folks? Okay, folks, I'm back over here now already. I've already put on the crystal and this socket, and I put in the actually CPU socket. You can see it here. And I've done these two LS30s already. Those chips, that chip leg is look a bit green, but the ultrasonic cleaner, they'll clean. If not, then I'll take them out and clean them better. But what I'm going to do now is I'm putting on caps. Um, so I have my caps here. I'm just placing them all on the board right now. In about where they need to go. Okay, these are all the ones in the back area. I have some that are the two that are in the front, but I'll get to those in a bit. And like I said, I was going to use black caps on this one like I did with the last board because it just looks so much nicer. Having everything in black. Am I at? No, I'm the wrong temp. I knew it. I could tell. Okay, so right now, and when I get to doing the sockets and that, where it's just a lot of repetitive soldering, I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'll pause the recording so you're not spending so much time watching me just solder a bunch of pins. All right, so we got all of that side done. Now we'll come and tack on the other side. So are we gonna have a chime at first power up? This one I need to come in the back way. And I need to push it down. Maybe we'll push these down just to be sure that they're flush on the board. Yeah, all of them went down a little bit. Okay. Now let's do the two in front. Okay, I got them placed on the board, so let's just tack them down. I still like that one from yesterday where I was like, where's my audio? Where's my audio? And it's because I forgot to put on that inductor. Okay, all the caps are on, and these are the polymer caps. All right, so what do I do next? Sockets. Yeah, I'm at the socket point. Oh, I don't need any more flux now for a while. You want to see where the board is at? That's put away the solder paste I was using for those other sockets. Getting better at putting on these with the hot air and the paste. I'm homing in on the temp. That works good with the smaller nozzle on the airflow. All right, let me get my sockets here. So I got some of my old coffee left. What is this bag? Oh, it's because I need to order that. That's the service mount fuses that I need to order. Okay, I need a big one for the ROM. We have that. We have the two for here and here. We have the two for the video RAM. See, these are wider than the smaller sockets, but narrower than the big one, than the wide ones. So they're like in the middle. They're a bit hard to find. So these here, I need 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are for here, and the 3 back here. And then I need the 2 for the Sony sound chips. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need on the sockets. So I'm gonna put all these on and solder them, and I'll be back. Okay. All right, folks. I've come back. This one RAM video RAM chip has got too many broken pins, so I'm just gonna replace it. I mean, it is rusted so bad. So that's I put another one here. I moved everything over. I'm ready to test. I have not turned this thing on yet, but I have everything here ready for me to see how it goes. So, and we're gonna see if we get a chime and go from there. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Ah, we have a chime. Yay! My record is still good. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Alan, your board is alive. But why do I have strange? Oh, okay. There we go. A nice screen. It's the HDMI here. Okay, there. Yeah, we're booting up. Lovely. RAM is working. ROM is working. And now I just need to do a tech step on it to see. I don't have everything connected yet for the tech step. I need the other ADB port. It might work with just one, but there we are. We are connected. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna grab the tech step and see where we are with that. Some of these things I don't need for tech step, so I'm gonna put them away. I don't need speaker. I don't need mouse. And these are things I still need to solder on the board. That chip is bad. I'm not even going to attempt to fix it. Just throw it out. Okay, let's get the tech step. I get up and the dog thinks that we're going over to grandma's. Well, over to my mother's. And that's furthest from the truth. Not going there today. No. You want to go? You can go outside and walk over there yourself. I'm not going. Okay. That's the printer. That's the cereal. This is the audio. I don't think it will work with just one ADB. I think it wants them both. You see, it didn't sense that it turned on, you see. Because I think it does that on this port. You see, it wants both of the ADBs. Because it's not even sensing that it turned on. It senses that on the other one. Let me take that off the old board. I have black ones, but I don't want to put a black one on there. I mean, I technically have it loose on this board already. Okay, it's out. I got it off the old board. But now I need to solder it on this one. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me solder this on here. Let's see if I can just move all this over here. Okay, that's on there. Let's hook up this other one now. Oh, I know why I wasn't getting ADB. Stupid me. I bet you it'll work with one. I didn't have this in. So the ADB wasn't going through. Let's see. Let's see if it will work with just one. That was my problem. Boom, look at that. Yep, it worked. All right, let's see. I hope it doesn't give me any SEC problems. Okay, established. 3 all. Ah, come on, come on. I think tomorrow and Sunday I'm gonna work on a Lisa. Attempt to. I need to try to get some stuff done with it. Okay, via clock pass, PRAM test pass. You see how that crystal crystal adapter we made works? On the other crystal. Oh god, the SEC. Please, 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 please pass. Please pass. You're the one that give me so much trouble. Please, 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 please. Go, 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 go. Ooh, I knew it. I bet you it's those chips. I bet you it's those LS. Um, let's test the other stuff. I knew SCSI would because the system booted, so all these other things should work as it booted. Probably gonna come back and say that the other port wasn't found. That I think it will do. The port 2 failed. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna try to do here is, um, I'm pretty sure it's this one. I have other SEC chips. Matter of fact, I have 2 over there. I'm only gonna test the SEC. Resistor networks are in. Okay, it could be them, but I doubt it's the. If I'm getting communication, I don't think it's the resistor networks. Ooh, this thing popped out. 3. Let's go to SEC. I have no more tech steps. I've sold them all. Don't know if I'm going to make any more. That's passed. That was it. It was the chip. And I bet you this thing is more because of the legs being dirty. Yeah, a lot of green on those legs. See that? And remember that when these chips are in a socket, it's here that it makes the contact on the sides, not on the bottom. So just for kicks, I want to try this again. I want to try this chip and see. So I can just unpower it like that. So I know this chip is good. Put that back in there. Let's do this. Let's hit back here. Test. Power up. I may test those other chips that I have too and see if they're good. Because I hate to throw out LS30s for nothing. I have two of them here. If this fails now, then I know that chip is bad. Then I'll just dump that chip. If it fails, it'll say modem HSK. Oh, you see? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna dump this chip, but I'm gonna test these other ones. I have a chip popper, but it won't fit in there good. All right, let's test one of these other ones. My good one is back here. I know this is good. So Alan, your board is working. Your board is good. Just using it to test some chips right now. I may try another board that's all socketed because now that I'm doing these sockets different, they may, I'm seeing with these small ones that the chips go in a lot firmer. They hold better. So I may try a socketed board again. Okay, so I know this chip is good. So I'll put it with the good stack, and this will, well, you know what? I'm gonna throw this right in my bin, right here of chips, where I have my LS30 sitting. You go right there. Ooh, that's where I put those crystals. I need to check. This is my bin here with a lot of different chips in it that I've salvaged and reused from different machines. I have some more I need to add to there. They're sitting in a strainer there. That if this one is good, this one will stay on the board, and that other one that I was using will go back in the bin. Communication established. Test 5. Come on, please be good. Please be good. I don't want to pop out a chip again. So what do I need to do on this to finish? I need to put in the SCSI internal, floppy external, PDS slot, and 4 more RAM. And the metal bar in the back. That's it. Done. No, this chip is bad too. Okay, so that means I do gotta pop it out. This one will go in the garbage. That's the nice thing about using sockets. And this one will go in. We'll run another test just to be sure. So yeah, RAM, PDS, floppy, SCSI, and the bar. That's it. Everything else is already in here. And I have them sitting right here, except for the PDS slot. Passed. Okay, we're good. This board is good. Let me put these away. Okay. So like I said, what I need to put on is this. I have them new. So I have a bunch of them. So that will go there. These two. This, these. Okay, folks. So I'm not gonna continue too much more with this video. I did take a little nap. So I'm gonna pop these out of here. So this will conclude the video for Alan, for the SE30 Reloaded for Alan. I will finish off these small little things and then clean it, test it, and consider this one done. And where is he? There he is. There he is. Look at that crazy boy. Huh? Who's the crazy boy? Who's the crazy boy? Huh? Who's the crazy boy? Go. Go. Uh-huh. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Who's the crazy boy? Give me that. Mm. Hey. Hey, give me that. No, you don't want to give me that? Okay, well, anyway. A little entertainment from Leelo. Leelo from the movie Lilo and Stitch, which has another one coming out this year, a sequel. So anyway, if you all like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Give me some comments back. Make sure you go visit kmacvintage.com to see some of the nice things we have. Especially, we have the latest version of this compact card. Actually, it looks like this. This one here, I populated with all the sockets and everything. But the nice new thing is that it's got a button here, so you can leave the power connected and just when you want to turn on the machine, push the button. Or you can leave that in the on position and then put on this header here. You can put two cables for a switch that is external of a case or something. And we have USB power. This is power only. So if you have something inside the case that you want to power with some actually USB power, you have it there. But yes, these are available in the store. They come with everything. Even the Pi comes with them, so they are there. And very nice little thing. It's just one little card that's got everything on it. That's it. This is your whole analog board and your power supply. Well, the Pico is your power supply. So, but this is the whole analog board. That's it. Okay. Very simple little sucker that you just put on there. They are great for actually bench tools. And one of the things you can do with it is if you have an ATX extender, you can plug it in like actually that. Okay. And then plug this into your board, and you see, and then this can be off the board and you work like this, you see, so you're able to test your things without any problem. And this sits way off the board. So they are on the store, so make sure. I still have some left, and I like to get rid of them. This is the version 1.6, I think it is. Where do we have? Oh no, version 3.3. No, that's 3.3 volts. We had the version number down there, 1.7, version 1.7. So make sure you look for these. They are there. Anyway, thank you folks for watching. Appreciate it. And yes, I know I'm gonna have some more SE30s. I apologize for that from now, but I do have to finish these boards that people sent me. Okay. Thank you, y'all. Have a great evening. Bye bye.